Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm going to use this video to explain your assignment, Part B, for that Life Science Museum. I think only 3 of you completed the Part A, and so if you have not done Part A, I would highly recommend you get that done. That's on Canvas. I did send back your score through Canvas, so you can pull up that assignment, take a look at my comments and your score. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. All right. Bear with me. I'm using my iPad because my mic is not working on my computer. So here's the requirements. I am going to assign you 2 different organisms, and I'm going to give you the scientific names. And then you will have to figure out the common name. And you are going to create a Google slide presentation. And I'll show you an example so you know exactly what I'm talking about here. But on the first slide, you just need the title of the project, which is Life Science Museum. On slide 2, this is where you're going to start putting information for your first organism. And the entire slide needs to be a picture of that particular habitat or area where your organism lives. On slide 3, you are going to give me the common name and the scientific name of your organism. Make sure you are copying the scientific name correctly. There's 3 rules to writing a scientific name. It has to be written in italics, and then all the letters are lowercase except for the very first letter in the first word, which is that genus. Also on slide 3, I want the kingdom where your organism is found, and then the habitat name. On slide 4, you're still on the first organism. Here's where you have to have at least 5 adaptations. An adaptation are those characteristics that your organism has that allows it to survive in its particular environment. And then pictures. I don't really care which slide you put pictures on, but you need at least 1 picture of your organism. And then slide 5 is organism number 2. Same expectations. You need a picture of the habitat or the area. Slide 6, the common name and scientific name, kingdom and habitat name. And then slide 7, again, are at least 5 adaptations. And then, of course, include some pictures of your organism. So let me go back here and show you an example. So hopefully this is the one I updated here. Yes, so here's my first slide, just the title of the project, Life Science Museum. And then here's my first organism. The common name is the wolverine. And then gulo gulo is the scientific name. You can see they're written in italics. Everything's lowercase except for that first letter and that first word. And then I also have other common names. And if your organism has other common names, please include those. And so the wolverine is found in the animal kingdom. And some of the main habitats are what are called boreal forests or the subarctic. And I have a little map there showing you where we can find most of the wolverines. And then here's that slide that has just the picture of the habitat where I can find the wolverines. That's all I want on that slide. And then here's 5 adaptations. Now, be careful here because when I was reading Part A, some of you just copy and paste information off the internet with words I'm pretty sure you have no idea what they mean. Make sure you are rewording some stuff so that it makes it easy for somebody to understand. So my 5 adaptations here for the wolverine. Crampon-like paws to climb steep hills and over rocks. Thick, dark, oily fur that's resistant to frost. They have a high physical endurance, which means they can cover as many as 40 miles a day. They can be very powerful predators. They can really hunt down like deer, elk, wolf pups. And they have large snowshoe-like paws that allow them to stay on top of deep snow. Now, there was a word other than large snowshoe-like paws, but I didn't include that because I was afraid you didn't really understand what that word meant. So be careful when you're doing that. My second organism are cattails. There's the scientific name. It's in the plant kingdom. I included a map where we can find cattails. And habitat are marshes and wetlands. And so here's my slide that shows a marsh or wetland. Okay, that's all I want on that slide. Adaptations. I'm sorry, excuse me. They have elongated or long stems that help them deal with low oxygen levels. Their roots contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria, so they get the nitrogen they need for growth. And they can reproduce two different ways, by releasing seeds into the air. That's what that picture is representing. Or by a special root system called rhizomes. They have dense root systems to prevent erosion. And the stems and roots have air spaces that helps give support on windy days. Again, these air spaces have a really fancy name, but I didn't include that because I don't want to include stuff that maybe people might have a hard time understanding. And so that's basically my presentation. Easy peasy. And so I'm going to, let's see here. I need to go back to, give me just a second here. There we go. So I'm going to pull up this slide here. Come on. And this is going to, I put everybody's name next to an organism. And again, I'll put a copy of this on Canvas. But, so, Benjamin has 2, Ryan has 2, Chandler has 2, Chase has 2, Jackson, Gabriel, but I've given you the scientific name. Make sure you type that in correctly when you're researching. Let me just pull this up here. And so there's the other ones there. So I would like you to work on that today. I plan on being back on Friday. My 10-day isolation is done Thursday, so I should plan on being back. But again, if you have any questions as you're working, I'm at home. Get a hold of me through Remind. I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, good luck.